Hashtag no music, no intro. Wednesday night, Saints Block Party podcast. Falcons hate week. We are breaking down a huge matchup in the NFC South. The New Orleans Saints take on the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. Saints have a chance to go 2-0 in the NFC South. I am. It's almost It's almost Halloween. It's almost Halloween. I just wanted to put my Jarvis Bird little cosplay on. Got the or you could just call it the Kendre, whichever whichever works. We're here to talk about the game, break the game down, putting this on Twitter right now so people can watch on Twitter if they so choose. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't the story of this game, and I don't want this to be the main thing that comes out of this game, and I feel like it's going to be a part of it, but we got to talk about the injuries. The injury report the Saints had was, CVS, Walgreens, in terms of the length, the number of players. We talked about Eric McCoy last night. He's on IR. Cesar Ruiz is on the report. I didn't see it, but I know you said in our Discord. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you
Please.
have not become a member of either YouTube member or a Patreon, patreon.com/Saints Block Party gives you gives you access to the Discord, meetups, so many other things a part of our
High
community that
quality
we're
versions of this video here. You get the high quality,
high quality.
no ad version. You can sit and watch on Patreon. The audio version and the video version. I mean, so many things. Just become a Patreon. Start at $1 a month. $1 a month.
You get the black raw version, bro.
Raw.
Crystal clear.
See everything. See all the little
If you
nipples and everything.
listen, if people don't, and I guess maybe as we being me being a guy, it's not as prevalent or it's not in my mind as much as this. But this is a 1080 4K camera 3 times a week, 2 times a week is right on my face. All of it, just out there for y'all. We do this for y'all. So yeah, become a Patreon, become a
My
YouTube
wife
member.
let me know, bro. My wife be like, "Oh, you had like a little piece of lint on your shirt." Yeah. Like, "Ooh, you
No,
got
see,
some-
Jay
you got
Jay don't
something on
do
your
that.
face."
Jay doesn't do that. But what I do now is I make sure before we record. That's why I come up here early. I go to the bathroom. Got to make sure all this is as good as it's gonna be.
Gotta
Like
wipe
this
my
this is
face.
just gotta wipe it. Gotta get the boogers out your eyes,
Boogers
bro.
out your
There's some
nose.
time,
My
bro.
wife
It's been
made
some
me. My
times
wife
we've
made
been
me start putting on some
recording, bro.
lotion.
Oh yeah, bro. You got moisturize up in this for y'all. For the people. Feel like Bane right now.
Ugly
Like
ass,
when he
ugly ass people, man. Come on, man.
feel like Bane right now, bro. Just give it back for you, the people. But anyway, CJ said, Ryan, you always got some smoke. Where can I get some good cigars from in the city?
These Black and Miles, bro. This is cheap shit. Well, cheap, but good Black and Miles in the city. I don't know. Y'all in the chat, drop some good cigar spots. I know there's one we used to go to in French Quarters, but it was overpriced tourist trap. But it was like a little so-called smoking shop. But there's some good ones around the city. Just Google it, bro.
Dante said SBP skincare. Listen, Dante should be the one talking about this. This nigga just Presslin, bro. This nigga just
Wrestling, bro. Get on my damn nerves.
Wrestling.
Go on somewhere. Go on somewhere, bro.
Anyway,
Got all this hair long and everything. Get on out of here, bro. It's about all this.
Dante with him, bro. Dante with beautiful wife. Just Dante's our dude. We preach, and I'm glad to. We'll talk about. We got time to talk about the Falcons, but I'm glad and happy to say that Like this is the first year that Dante's going to be at the big meetup, right?
Hitting there.
So, and at this point, like, sorry, like people can still come to like the meetup party if you're a Patreon or what have you. You can come to the brunch, but if you're trying to get to that Falcons Saints game in November, yesterday's price
Brick going up, baby. You got
ain't today's price. But
they're on your own. On your own.
let's talk about the injuries. I don't want to belabor the Eric McCoy point. If you haven't listened to that, go back, listen to that from yesterday. That's only a YouTube Patreon only episode. But you have the center of the Saints likely going to be out. Sounds like if you put in our Discord according to Underhill, Cesar Ruiz might not be able to go. So you have your right guard out. So now you got a rookie left tackle, someone at left guard. Maybe Lucas Patrick gets moved to center. Don't know who you have at right guard, and you have Trevor Penny at right tackle. It seems like a situation like they may have to play Nick Salaverde, aka Salsa Verde, and maybe Udo at left guard, maybe Landon Young. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Landon Young got a foot injury. Like, damn.
Just hurt.
Just hurt, bro.
Here's the thing, though. The Falcons put their starting center on IR. Their right tackle, more than likely, not going to play on Sunday. So now it's a little different. AK didn't practice today. We're recording this Wednesday night. We don't know what's going to happen Thursday or Friday with the injury report. So we don't know if AK going to be able to go or not, right? All that to say, I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Coach.
No excuses.
Coach. You're facing an Atlanta team who has Grady Jarrett. They got David Onyemata. And I understand that the interior obviously is taking a punch with the injury bug. However, at least up to this point, the Falcons' pass rush has not been something that's been a strength of the Falcons' defense. So you're hopefully not going to get the pressure that you as a team encountered and faced against the Vic Fangio defense with the Eagles, who has a lot of talented defensive players in their front four, in their front seven. So you would hopefully think that with more time, it should be a better game for Derek Carr. In theory, at the end of the day, bruh, I don't care. This is our dude Brian said this, and I said this last night, and I do believe it. This legit may be the biggest game in Dennis Allen's career, because if they can go out and win this game facing the amount of adversity that they're facing, it shows that this season hopefully might be different. It shows that he has been able to have some growth as a head coach to pull the team out in a tough. You coming off a nasty, hard loss, probably should have won. You didn't win. You got bullied in that game. You got punched in the mouth. You came out that game with some injuries, and now you're going against your biggest division rival. Which, let's not forget, the last time you played them, you apologized to the team and their head coach, who then got promptly fired like 10 minutes or 20 minutes later.
Hello, and every Saints fan remember that shit. I mean, that's all people still bring up. I be forgetting about it. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. That shit on everybody's mind, bro. On everybody's mind. But like you said, bro, like, it's so huge for Dennis Allen because it's an opportunity for him to change the narrative. You know, he had Gabe. You know, he started off strong with the Panthers game. Team looked good. Went to Dallas. One all of us had pegged as possible a loss. Went and beat a team. What looks like will probably be a good team this year. We'll see. But a good team, a good talented team.
That Dallas team, and I got this in our comments after last night, because someone was like, well, the Cowboys are 1-2. Are they a good team? That team is the most talented team, in my opinion, that Dennis Allen has beaten as a head coach. Someone brought up the Tampa Bay win that they had with Taysom and I said, listen, that was a Sean Payton game plan week. Like, that was Sean Payton. Now, he went out in the interim and he executed it, and that's fine. But as a head coach, a full head coach, That
His
Dallas
team.
team is the most talented team that he has beaten, regardless of what their record. Bro, if they lose to the Giants tomorrow, I don't think Mike McCarthy lasts past the weekend. I think he's gone if they get beat on Thursday. I don't, even if they fire Mike McCarthy by the weekend, that is still ultimately the most talented team that Dennis Allen has beaten in his entire NFL stint as a head coach. I'm not trying to take that away from him. However, this season is about proving us wrong and changing the narrative. That's why this Falcons game is so huge, because if they can beat the Falcons, and I don't, at this point don't even care how they beat them, just beat them. You get up 2-0 on the NFC South. You go, I believe, a game and a half up in the division. Obviously, depending on what happens with Oh no, you think even with a Bucks win, there you're still a game and a half up in the division. They got to go out and show it, bruh. Like, they have to show it. I was thinking about this. I want to throw this point out there, and I'm trying to count. So in 3 games, the defense has forced 3 turnovers in week 1. 3 turnovers. Yeah, 2 turnovers. Well, 3 turnovers in week 2, but only 2 were recovered because 2 interceptions and a forced fumble recovery. A forced fumble, but Dallas recovered. And then last week, they forced two turnovers, but if you include turnovers on downs, that's 4 turnovers. So your Dennis Allen's defense has in 3 weeks essentially caused 10 turnovers, recovering 9 of those 10. That's insane.
Very insane.
It's insane.
That's numbers we would expect
So
in the Breeze era.
kill 4. So that's why I'm saying, like, Dennis Allen has to go out. Clint Kubiak, and we're talking a lot about Dennis Allen. Clint Kubiak need to come back. Like, and I know there was plays in that Eagles game that were there to be made. Balls get batted down. Blah blah blah. I get all that. Clint Kubiak got to bounce back. Got to bounce back.
No question. No question. Like you said, man, like, it's time for DA to show us, bro. Like, you going against a Falcons team that's good, but look, you banged up on the offensive line, but at the same time, the Falcons pass rush is not ferocious. They got Matthew Judon. He has 1.5 sacks so far this year. You know, he's a player. Let's not let one of their players rise up, because, like, the Eagles, everybody was worried about the Eagles pass rush going into the Saints game, and Jalen Carter had the game of his career, like, literally the game of his career in that game. So we can't let Onyemata, they'll be writing articles about Onyemata on Monday. We can't have that. We got to shut it down.
Grady Jarrett.
Got to shut it down. And look, it's going to be hard. It is going to be hard, man. Like, it is. You got a tattered up offensive line. It is going to be hard. But you got to figure out ways to either scheme around that, coach it up, get one of these young players to rise up. Salsa Verde, it's your time, brother. You could steal a starting job right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, go out there and perform. It's time. Dennison and what's the other coach name? Hey, coach these boys up. Benton, get these boys rolling, man. It's that time, bro. Like, it's the Falcons. It's the Falcons, man. Like, I don't care. We went by 1 point. Go win the game.
Beat them.
Them.
A big thing from the injury report, Taysom Hill was a FP, full practice. Huge. Because the thing that the concern I have going into this game, there's my 2 biggest concerns are this. One, if AK can't go, we don't know. We're recording this Wednesday night. We don't know. He might be able to go. We don't know. But going back to our dude Dante was all over in the Zoom, man. He called it as it happened against that Eagles game. He's like, man, AK don't look right after that tackle. Like,
that's that one injury. I think he got hurt more later in that game. He got, like, sandwiched, and I think that's how he got the rib injury. So he banged up. I hear he's trying to play, like, he wants to play. Which, like, shout out to him, bro. Like, the dude is on a contract year pretty much. He has no real guarantees going forward. and he wants to play. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wants to play through it. So, must shout out to him. But I mean, it's touch and go. We don't know.
Tony said this: defense is giving up 10, 19, and 12 points, and we're +4 in the turnover margin. We just need a little help from the offense. And the crazy, like the offense gave you all the help week 1 and week 2, week 3, kind of they cratered. So they have to. We talk. It's just about it's complementary football. Gotta be complementary football. But my biggest concerns in this game is one, if AK can't go, this cannot be a game where we trying to put the weight of the world on Jamal Williams to lead us to victory, bro. It can't happen. It can't happen, Ryan.
No, not at all. You got it. You go to Derek Carr. You say, look, we got we'll come up with these schemes, these passes to get guys open within 1 to 1.5 seconds. You hitting that back foot, boom, ball out. Like you hitting the back foot, ball out. You got to put in Derek Carr's head. Protection is going to be limited. So no standing back there, patting the ball, scanning the field. You got to get the ball out. Also, you're going to keep in mind you have the best free safety back there that will come in and take it. 2 of them. But Jesse Bates, bro, like that dude, his range and his ability to diagnose is unbelievable. So you got to be wary of that. Got to be wary.
So CJ in the chat just said Nick said on his website Nick said on his website said AK has quote unquote broken ribs, but he still plans on trying to play.
It's a soldier, man.
We'll see, man. I guess my concern is like it's one of those things that just may be like if the ribs are already broken, like he may not be able to injure himself worse than they were already are. But it becomes like a pain management thing. But then also too is like if you don't allow yourself to, I don't know, man. I'm anyway. Something that I will say that did annoy me just thinking back to that Eagles game, and something I hope that Clint in the future can grow and learn from is when you have your offense and your quarterback in a situation where your offensive line is not winning at the line of scrimmage, at some point you have to change the launch points, right?
Oh man, thank you for bringing that up.
You can't just have it be drop back, drop back, drop back. You gotta give them a roll out, give them something on the move. You got to change the launch points so the defense isn't just concretely just boom, boom, coming hard, heavy. It may not be a factor in the Falcons game. I'm just kind of more speaking like just overall, but that's something I do want, Clint as a growth that, this is only his, he's been calling plays a whole season in 3 games. So not a lot of track record, but those are some things I would want to see when you are going against the defense that may have your number, at least in blocking head to head, man to man. That's it.
No question.
I'm worried about the Saints run game against the Falcons. And conversely, I'm worried about the Saints run defense against the Falcons offense, because Kirk Cousins has been a Saints killer over his career. Largely, it's weird. He plays well against the Saints. I've watched like a game and a half of the Falcons, and I'm not like a facial expression person, but at no point this season has Kirk Cousins looked remotely comfortable, like at all. He still looked like, to me when I'm watching, he still like he is. I won't say he's in pain, but he does not look comfortable, and he still doesn't seem to trust his body fully. If you just watch the games and just watch just how he moves and things like that. This has to be, and so what worries me is that the Saints run defense took a hit against the Eagles, and you could say that maybe it was because they were just on the field so long. Like at some point they just gonna break, bro. Like it's bound to happen. But we know that going in, the Falcons are going to try to run the similar scheme in that zone, those zone reads in terms of that, and stretch plays with Bajan, with Tyler Allgeier, and they gotta shut that down, man. Like it can't be a factor in this game.
Nah, man. Like Saints got to run a 6-1, run a 6-1. Do what you got to do. It's time for them to show up. I mean, like you said, bro. Kirk Cousins, even he said like after they played the Chiefs, he's not there where he wants to be yet.
You can tell, bro. It is obvious.
It's obvious. His passes are up and down. Like I've seen some throws come out his ball. The ball looks good. I've seen some throws it's like it's coming out weird. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna have to come up with a plan to make him uncomfortable. His launch point, like you talked about the launch points with Derek Carr, his launch points has been kind of steady, right there in the same areas. So we're gonna have to attack those areas to get his feet moving a little bit, get him more uncomfortable, get him trying to force him to throw on the move.
This pass rush has to fucking dominate on Sunday. Like you're not going against a Jalen Hurts. You're going against an offensive line that's going to be missing a center and missing the right tackle. I need the dogs. Yeah, or a very stationary quarterback who was stationary before, who's even more stationary now post injury. Chase Young, Big Creep, Breesy, Cam. You know, we even talk about Cam pretty much. Da pretty much saying like kind of old yellering Cam. We get to that. Look at the flowers, Cam. If Cam's wife still listens to the podcast, like we sorry, like we don't mean no disrespect, but like she getting the NFL check in the NFL podcast check. She all right, but they have to be the story of this game. They got to take over, and they have to be a presence and make Kirk Cousins uncomfortable. Because I'm not going to say that the Falcons' passing attack doesn't scare me, but I would hope that with a game back, you put 23 on 5. You say 23, you got 5. Darnell Mooney and a Debo. We'll see if Alante plays. Whoever, can we not? This can't be the Kyle Pitts career game. Their weapons, I feel like our secondary matches up pretty decently with their weapons. We'll see if DeMario plays or not. I need the pass rush to make a presence on Sunday, bro. I need it.
Bring it. Brian Brzee to keep coming up. He's starting to show a little more. Chase Young, where you at, brother? Start turning those disruptions and pressures into sacks and hits. Paul Granderson, like, keep doing what you're doing. Like, he's been playing really well. Like, just keep at it. We need all of them, bro. Need all of them. And like you said, man, stopping the run. Bijan, to me, is the most talented running back in the game right now. He's a game breaker. He runs in that scheme well. You can't let him go off. He's going to get his. Bro. He's going to get his, but don't let them sustain drives and have it be these death by 1,000 cut drives where you just like, oh my God, like, will it end? That's how that first Falcons game was last year. It was, man. It was just like that. You can't have that. But now, like you said, man, our secondary matches up well. I know you don't like Drake London. He's a fine wide receiver. He's a good player, good wide receiver. But I like our secondary against him. But he's made plays against the Saints. He's made plays against our secondary because he's one of those guys that's kind of like, he's not fast or nothing, but he just figures out ways to get open and stuff like that.
He's annoying. He's annoying to play against.
Very annoying to play against. So it's gonna be so fascinating, bro. So fascinating to see how this team gets up against the Falcons, bro.
Can you respond? That's what the question is. It's so funny because was it pre? It was in the Zoom before the game last week, and someone, I don't remember what it was. Basically, just like they would have been like, I don't know if they had felt that or they had read that if Sean Payton was the coach going into that Eagles game, that there was the worry that Sean Payton was going to be coaching against that Eagles. And I'm like, y'all, what? No. No. Like, it's the exact opposite. And I don't want to, this is not trying to become like a bash DA session or anything like that. I'm just saying that if the roles were reversed, I'm not saying that the Saints would have won that game. I just know that game against the Eagles would have been a bad game. It would have been a bad game, and it would have been like, we got to punch them in the fucking mouths to win this game. Period. Now, would it have happened? I don't know, but I know that's what the message would have been.
And on the flip side, after games like this that we're coming into, where the team is beat up and you coming off a loss, these are the games where Sean Payton would shine because
Yes.
he loved to thrive in the crisis. That was some of his
Loved
best
it,
work.
bruh.
Some of his best work was when it looked like the team was down and out and they're facing a lot of adversity, whether it's a hurricane, whether it's injuries, COVID, whatever it was. He was gonna come up
Whatever,
with a
bro.
way to motivate the team, to get them thinking that they could do it, get them believing in themselves that they could do it. Whether it's Taysom Hill going to start a couple games, or Teddy Bridgewater, or whatever, getting them out there to do that. And Da, he got to do the same. He got to get all those guys, Sosa Verde and Udo and all those guys believing that they're gonna go out there
Oh,
and
not Udo, bruh. Not Udo.
and got some of the best
Lord Jesus,
offensive
not
linemen.
Udo.
You gotta go to put in that work, baby. Put in that work. But defensively, bro, like you said, DeMario, we'll see. But I like our linebacker depth. Not saying like
I do
DeMarcus,
too. Like it.
he's not
Yeah, I
irreplaceable,
know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
But it's like I feel good about it. Like you got Pete Werner there, you got Willie Gay there. They'll be fine. I think DeMarco Jackson is still injured.
He was limited today.
He was like, what's up with DeMarco, man? Damn, can we get you on the field,
I
bro?
don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Catching up with the chat real quick. Neil asked, "Will Carr have to make the calls for the O line?"
Yikes. That's a good
I
question.
hope
Probably so.
not. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Superline 2003. Glad I caught y'all live, bro. I'm a long time listener, first time chiming in. Love y'all, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate
Everything y'all say, I believe in. Y'all are some real ones. Appreciate it, truly, truly. Let's see what else. Demon Time Slime. We need an Olave game. Feed him and let him
Yes.
go off for 150. Can we do it? Can we do it? I just saw Kyle Shanahan let Juwan Jennings have a career game on Sunday, bruh.
Come on, man. Like, let's do it, bro. Like, I understand that we're not like a pass first offense and all that. But look, man, if it's to the point where we running into stone walls with Jamal Williams,
You got to pass. Like to me, this game, honestly, going back to that Eagles game, right? Going back to that Eagles game. Not to harp on it, but one thing that was brilliant that I felt that Kyle Shanahan did, like in that George Kittle game, was when he brought the Niners to New Orleans in that shootout. He didn't attempt to run the ball against the Saints because he knew back then he was not going to get anything in the run game. Even a Kyle Shanahan scheme, he was like, "I'm not running against this team. If we're going to beat them, we have to beat them throwing the ball."
I specifically remember the narrative going into that game because it was like Jimmy G wasn't throwing the ball a lot. It was like, is Jimmy G going to be able to win this ball? The Saints was not a stout run defense back then. Like, we wasn't allowed.
Yep.
Shit. So
Nada.
What are they going to do? Man, Kyle Shanahan in there had Jimmy G slanging that thing. I mean, it was one of the best passing games you ever see between him and Breeze. It was slanging that thing.
If I'm Clint, you're not going against a Falcons run defense that potentially would look like you would struggle against, but you have backups on the O-line, and
Right. Balances out.
AK may not play, he may go, but if he go, he's not 100%. You don't pay Derek Carr's a $150 million quarterback. You paid for 4 years. Nigga. You got Shaheed, you got Olave. Also, can we get A.T. Perry fucking active? Please. This man was making plays against the Falcons the last time they played in week 7. I understand coaches got to go with players that they trust. I get it. Can this man be active because you need weapons, you need targets in the offense? If I'm Clint, I'm saying Derek Carr, this game right here, I know it might sound dicey. This is your game. You my guy. You my guy. Go out and go beat the Atlanta Falcons. And here's the thing: Derek Carr did it in the last week of the season when the Pete Carmichael offense. So I get it. It's Raheem Morris. It's a difference. I get all that, but we've seen it. So if that was the Kendra Miller game, bro. That was the Kendra Miller coming out game, bro.
Kendra Miller coming out. Olave had a good game. Then he got
Sure did.
I believe. But I mean, come on,
A.T.
man.
Perry had a good game.
You got players that had beat this same defense. Yes, it's a different defensive coordinator, but a lot of the same players. You got players that can threaten this team, man. Like, go out and sling that thing, man. Just with an understanding that you can't sit back there for long. You know, you gotta beat up offensive line. But we've seen Drew Brees do this a million times, where you're going against a team that you don't have the best protection, but you got to get that ball out. You got to get that ball out and get your playmakers in space, and just be the point guard.
That's it. We will be back right after this. We're going to listen to a message from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Be back right after this.
It's the greatest time of the year again. Football is back, and it's here to stay till February. Win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player's stat, touchdowns, passing yards, and more.
I love Underdog Fantasy. I used Underdog Fantasy just last week. The pick was so easy to use, higher, lower on the Bills Dolphins game. So simple. Could not recommend you using Underdog Fantasy more.
Making picks on Underdog is straightforward, and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with your promo code BLOCKPARTY, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code BLOCKPARTY, to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 or older, 21 or older in Massachusetts or Arizona, 19 or older in Alabama or New England, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783. Text Next Step to 53342. In New York, call 24/7 Hope Line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
We are back. Some stats our dude Demon Time Islam was put in the chat during the little break. He said Olave averages 16.5 yards per catch against the Falcons, and Shaheed averages 21.1 yards per catch versus the Falcons.
Eat. Eat.
Let's see. What was that Navarro or Navarre OTR says Carr throws 2 interceptions trying to quote unquote sling that thing. What's the alternative though? Like are you going to put the game in the hands and try to run with Jamal Williams to success? Like, now maybe we get lucky and we get the Jordan Mims career breakout game and he just looks like a stud. And I'm not saying that to be facetious. I'm not like maybe, but one, is he going to get the carries and the opportunities for that to be the case? And two, if he doesn't, you have to have an alternative. Like, you can't play NFL football and try to win games in the NFL and think that at some point the quarterback of the team isn't asked the quarterback. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
Look here, bro. Andy Dalton went out there this past week with the Panthers, who look like a non-football team.
The red rifle, banging that thing, bro.
And put out one of the most prolific QB games we've had this season. Like, come on, man. Come on now. And it's not like the Raiders got like a punk defense, like a punk pass rush. Like they got Max Crosby and all that. Nah, bro. Man, you gotta sometimes you gotta go out there and nut up, bro. You gotta go out there and nut up, man.
Saints would look completely different if they had just kept Andy Dalton for a couple more. Anyway. Just saying, right? I'm just saying, bro. Anyway, anything else about this game? Here's I will say a good counterpoint to the whole thing of I could understand the hesitancy of being selective in throwing because you do have Jesse Bates, you have Justin Simmons, they have a good back end. This to me is not a game where you're trying to attack the Falcons defense necessarily deep. I'm trying to attack them in the short game, in the intermediate game, matriculate the ball down the field. Can we also get some like I get it in the scheme it was needed. I need to see more Jawan Johnson used in the passing game. I need to see some Foster Moreau, Holker. Taysom Hill has been a Falcons killer historically in his career, whether it's quarterback, whatever he is, he's been a Falcons killer. He's set to play on Sunday. Go out and win on Sunday. Don't care how. Go win on Sunday. Show us, prove us that this season is different.
And look, like defense, continue to make plays like y'all have. Honey Badger, he's been on a tear. Get like a pick a game. Go get another one. Marshawn Lattimore, wipe your guy off the field, whoever that is. Paulson to Debo.
Please.
Paulson to Debo, you trying to get that contract. Shut down whoever you going against. Alontae Taylor if he comes back. And look, Dennis Allen, bro, like, give me some heat, man. If the pass rush not getting there with your front four, send some heat. I know Kirk Cousins is a very smart player. He can attack.
Yes.
He knows how to pick his spots. But you would supposed to be a great defensive coordinator. Cook up some blitzes. Cook up something that he doesn't see coming. Like you gotta hit this quarterback, bro. Like you got to give him some choppy feet. Make him start thinking about that Achilles. Like ooh. Like I'm trying to live, bro.
Here's something that it's a good problem to have, but I don't know how they could do it, bro. But I just feel like they got to get Kool-Aid on the field some more, bro. Like he didn't play a single snap. He didn't play a single snap against the Eagles, and I get why I get why, but Kool-Aid got immense talent.
I mean, put him on Kyle Pitts. You know what I'm saying? And
Something.
Like you cook it up. You could get four corners on the field. You could get four corners on the field. Like, it's not something you don't have to do, and it's not like we have the most crazy versatile safeties in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I know Honey Badger, he's good, but he's certain things he's good at, certain things he's not at this point in his career. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, like mix it up. Get Kool-Aid in there, bro. Like they need to win this game, bro. And they can win this game. Even with all the injuries they're dealing with, they can win this game. And they need to win this game.
Should they win this game though? Like I know you're saying they can win this game. I'm just saying like injuries factored into the equation for both the Saints and the Falcons. Should they be able to win this game on Sunday against the Falcons?
Absolutely. And just think of what that does for you. That way you come out 3-1. Then week after that you go and face the Chiefs, right?
Monday Night Football, nigga. Yes.
Okay, Chiefs. Say you lose to the Chiefs. I'm not predicting that, but I'm just saying. Let's say that happens. You lose to the Chiefs. Okay, you're 3-2.
But
go and face the Bucks, a team that you could box with. You know what I'm saying? And so you got through the real meaty part of your schedule. You're coming out all right. And then you go into the next half of your schedule. You go into October football where you can really get on the run. You know what you're good at. You start to get a little more healthy. Come on, man. Like that's.
If they can beat the Falcons and go into that Chiefs game and they're 3-1, the Chiefs are 4-0, bro. I need it, Ryan.
I need it, man. I just wish it was more healthy, bro. Wish we was more healthy
I-
going in that game.
I do too. I do too.
Ooh,
But that,
Chris,
like, I
Chris
need.
Jones going against Udo or somebody. And you know they let Chris Jones pick his spots. He be like,
Oh, he does, bro. He absolutely. Oh, that nigga right there, right?
man, he gonna
there.
be at a buffet. He gonna be like, ooh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just
That Martin gift when he peeking looking over the food, bro.
yeah, it's like, ooh. You got Penning, you got Udo, you got Patchy. Ooh, I'm just.
Yes, yes, it is Monday night. But before we get to Monday night, we gotta go out and they gotta beat the Falcons on Sunday.
Falcons. Beat the
Paramount.
Falcons.
Paramount. So that said, are the Saints? I'm asking you, are the Saints winning on Sunday? Are they beating the Falcons?
Beat
Yes
the
or no?
Falcons, man.
And
yes.
Yes.
Beating the Falcons, man. I'm not giving you no score because I don't know.
Oh, no
I don't
score?
know. It might be
No score?
It might be, 13-12, or it might be 21-20, or I don't care. We might put that burger on them. I don't know, but we gonna win. We are gonna win
beat the Falcons in Atlanta.
in Atlanta. Atlanta will scare me. Come on, man. Half that thing gonna be Saints fans, man. Come on now.
Oh, I'm well aware. I think this is the game. Now, the Dallas game was part of it, but this is the game in a different way. I think they show us in this game. Dennis Allen, Clint Kubiak. I think they show us that this season is going to be different. They go into Atlanta. They win. Ooh. 30-18.
Ooh, 30 on them.
30-18. I don't know why. Why are we? I don't know why Dante talking about Foskey in the chat right now.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta bring that up.
Man, just out here stealing checks, bruh.
Boss gonna get him a sack, boy. What?
Oh, boy, nigga, I would cash out, Ryan. The footage from me in the Zoom. You couldn't tell me.
Imagine he get a sack and he have like his own little dance that
if
he's
he do the like the dirty bird thing. Come on, Isaiah, show us, bro. Show us,
bro. It's that time, bro. Show us, man.
Also, how bad is Foskey as a player, bro? When the team desperately needs pass rush, this man can't even get on the field, bro. I need a Peyton Turner sack on. I need something, bro. Like, just go out and dominate and just.
They try to say Peyton Turner spitting on players. I'm like, come on, man.
Do they know who Peyton Turner is, nigga?
Oh, happy ass nigga, man.
He gonna spit. Okay, all right. So now that's when I know niggas lying. You gonna say that Peyton Turner spit on another human being? Peyton.
More happy is go lucky dude on the team, man. Get out of here.
And he out here just hawking loogies on. Like, get out of my face, bro.
Please.
That's how I know you lying, bro. No. Hey, bluff. Like, no. Oh. Dante said, if Foskey get 2 sacks on Sunday, I'm going to get a Foskey jersey and a tattoo. Okay, nigga.
All right. Bet.
I am holding you to this because the Saints might blow the Falcons out, and this nigga might get on garbage time and decide the backup quarterback 2 times, nigga. I'm just saying.
I want that.
I'm just saying. If it comes to it, this chat will be immortalized, bro. You will be held to this shit. Anyway. Become a Patreon, become a YouTube member, get in those Zooms with us on Sunday. Oh. Dante said it ain't happening, brother. We'll see. We'll see. Get in those Zooms with us. Enjoy. Because at the end of the day, I am still proud, very much so, of this community that we have built. You know, as all things, communities and things like that, things change, and that's a natural course of things. But at the end of the day, I'm still very very proud of this community that we built. I'm proud of and happy and humbled and grateful and have so much gratitude for all the people that still support us. You know, we are recording at 8:52 Pacific Standard Time. It's 10:52 Central Time where most people are. People got to go up and, go to bed, go to work, whatever, and people are still watching a podcast and us just being silly and but being real, just talking about the Saints. And we've been doing this for 4+ years. And so if you still rocking with us and you still supporting us, we appreciate you. You love you. If you're not, shit happens. Life goes on.
Yep.
And we just keep rolling.
Keep rolling,
it is
baby.
what it is, man. But thank y'all for all the support from the end of last season and going into this season. There's been such a huge growth just in terms of where we are as a podcast and as a business. We have gone the route and utilizing, YouTube more and things like that. But and all that wouldn't like nope. Just for people to understand, like companies like businesses don't want to pay podcasts and brands and content creators. They don't. If you're not bringing in people who actually listening to your product or watching your product, you're nothing to companies. Like what y'all, how are you going to help our product if no one's watching you, if no one's listening to you? So we're only able to be where we are right now because of y'all, period. If it wasn't for y'all, we would not be here, period. We would still record because we enjoy what we do, but we wouldn't be where we are. So sincerely, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. We see this as just like the beginning, not the beginning, but just that path of continued success and continued growth. Because that's all Ryan and I want to do is just have continued growth, continue to build this community. And it is what it is, man. Like things are going to change, communities are going to change. But I can say for certain, and I am putting this on my uh, 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 you can see it, maybe you can, on my mother. Ryan and I are, as people, and what we've put out and what we've always presented is never going to change. We've always been authentically ourselves.
Period.
What you see is what you get. And that has not changed in almost 5 years of us doing this podcast. We've always been who we are. That has not changed one iota. So, but thank y'all, like truly, sincerely,
Real.
for still rocking with us because
Thank you.
it's been a journey, and I know that we are both very excited for the meetup. Speaking of the Falcons game, the meetup Falcons game in New Orleans. Right, even like 2 weeks before that, I'm still planning what the hell we gonna do for the Chargers West Coast meetup. So we always want to just make sure that if you're part of this community, that you're a part of it. Like you feel included. Like we don't put these things together just to put them together. Like we put these things together because we genuinely care about the people who support us, and we want to give back and just say, listen, like you are part of something that's just bigger, and we appreciate that.
And we care about all of them. Whether you contribute $1 or $5 or $20, we look at you equally. And when you become a part of our community, you're a part of our community, and that's how we look at it. You know what I'm saying? And we try to foster that, and we want it to grow and become a bigger and more fun thing. Because at the end of the day, this is about having fun, man. It's about enjoying.
That's all it is, bro.
It's about taking a break from the stresses of life. We deal. I came from work today. My brain was tight. I mean, brain. You ever hear your brain just feel like it's about to burst out your head? And you know what? But when it comes to jumping on the pod at night with my bro, I look forward to that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's fun. You know, and jumping on the Discord and talking some smack. You know, talking with the fellas. We got like 100 different topics we could talk about. You know, that's the stuff I enjoy. I look forward to the meetups and hanging out with good people with good vibes. That's all it's about for me, man. So all the other little mess that pop up here and there, psh, wave that shit off, man. We here for y'all. Y'all that's here for us. We here for y'all.
Simple as that. Simple as that. So we will be back on Sunday recapping the Falcons game, recapping a Saints win over the Falcons. I want it to be like it was watching the Bucks fans watching the Saints play the Bucks. Like that live stream to this day. One of
I'll be looking for it too. I can't find it.
no, you can't. Like I want it to be one of those type of games, but we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will be back on Sunday recapping Saints, Falcons. Truly from the bottom of our heart, we appreciate y'all. With that, we're out.
Peace.